You keep falling into the same sin, and you're tired of it. This is why you slip back, even when you truly want to change. Let me tell you the biblical truth no one explains. You want to do better, but you keep going back. You feel guilty, ashamed, disappointed in yourself. You promise God you'll stop, then you fall again. Maybe it's been weeks, maybe it's been days, maybe it's been hours. And now you're starting to wonder if something is fundamentally wrong with you, if you're the one person grace doesn't work for, if you're too broken to ever be free. But here's what's really happening. Sin isn't just behavior, it's bondage. You're not just dealing with a bad habit, you're fighting a spiritual battle with human strength. You're trying to change your actions without letting God change your heart. And the enemy doesn't attack where you're weak, he attacks where you're close to breakthrough. Because that sin you keep falling into, it's not random, it's strategic. The enemy knows what you're called to do, and he's using that one thing to keep you distracted, discouraged, and convinced you're disqualified. He doesn't need you to stop believing in God. He just needs you to stop believing God can change you. And you've been trying so hard, white-knuckling your way through temptation, making promises in the moment, setting boundaries, deleting apps, avoiding triggers, and still you fall. Not because you're weak, not because you don't love God enough, but because you're trying to win a spiritual war with willpower alone. Look at Paul in Romans 7. This is the Apostle Paul, the man who wrote half the New Testament. And even he said, "I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do." Paul wasn't describing failure. He was describing the war between flesh and spirit that every believer fights. Galatians 5:17 says it plainly. The flesh desires what is contrary to the spirit, and the spirit what is contrary to the flesh. They are in conflict with each other. This isn't about you being a bad Christian. This is about being in a real battle. And you can't win it by trying harder. You win it by surrendering deeper. Because here's the shift you need to understand. You're not falling because you're weak. You're falling because God is revealing the parts of you He wants to heal. The repeated sin isn't a sign of God's disappointment. It's a signal of His intention to free you deeply. He's not frustrated with you. He's targeting the root. You think the sin is the problem, but the sin is the symptom. Underneath it is something deeper, a wound, a lie, an emptiness you've been trying to fill with something other than God. And until you let Him touch that place, you'll keep cycling back. You don't break sin through trying harder. You break it through surrender, exposure, and allowing God to replace the desire. Change happens when you stop hiding the sin and start handing it to God. When you stop saying, "I'll fix this first, then come to Him clean," and start saying, "God, I can't do this. I need you in the mess." Because shame keeps you silent. Shame makes you hide. Shame convinces you that you have to get yourself together before you can approach God. But that's the exact opposite of the gospel.